to face the enemy. The enemy, Goba will tell you, Kamvelihle Goba will tell you, the enemy is not colorless. The NDR clearly and explicitly stated who's the enemy of the Southern African state. It was the whites, the oppressor. Who is the oppressor? It's these two clowns that you see now today owning political parties. And whereas black people own more than 50 parties. But white people, the Boeren and the whites are still united. There's a white party and there's a Boeren party in South Africa. Black people have how many parties? How are we going to expropriate land without compensation?
Let's name them. So DA appears as what in your...
It's a white party. White nationalists full of white arrogance promoting white supremacy.
And then FF Plus?
Is the freedom, is the Boeren strand full of white arrogance, Boeren arrogance.
Who allowed for
these two parties, let's say they are white.
No. Who allowed Orania to exist?
Who allowed Orania to exist? My brother, I don't want to say, but we've been governed by the ANC.
No, let's stick to the question. Who allowed Orania to exist? And when the Zulus requested Zulu Nation were denied, who was that?
It's the government of the day.
The government of the day led by, amongst others, Mandela.
Hey, I was not there.
Yeah, you were not there. But I'm just saying, let us also criticize. Because what I want to say to you is, according to you, because we all have freedom. I've criticized Ramaphosa for the longest time, like I criticize other people. And when the opportunity is there to clap hands for him, I do. And the same way I do with Mandela. When the time comes for me to clap hands for him, I do. So I just want to give you an opportunity. What are things, because Kholihlatla has said himself that he's not the most perfect person, he's human. According to you, what are the error of judgment or judgments that may be good at the time, but now you see it wasn't good? Anything as a fault from Mandela? Either in his character, in his leadership, or anything?
One thing that I can tell you is Nelson gave us three things. Yeah? When he came back, he gave us the military. It was the military, the police, and the army. It was the military, the police, intelligence. So intelligence goes with the army. Yeah? So one thing that we missed, it was the judiciary. So he gave us those arms, yeah, for us to change anything. And he said, I'm old. I might be wrong, I might be right. As Cyril said that, he never said that. So continue with the struggle, you know. These are the three things that we never fought for the judiciary.
I want you to maybe qualify it. When you said Kholihlatla gave us, what do you mean?
Oh, but what did you are talking about now, Orania?
Yes.
I'm telling you that those are the four things that he came with. He said, you the people.
So let me explain giving according to me. You do not have, this phone is not yours, right? If I take it, it crosses to become yours. I gave it to you because it was mine. I gave it to you. Mm-hmm. So this is a gesture of giving. So I can't give you what I don't have. So I can't give you the ocean. You understand?
Okay.
I can't give you Tabatwan to build a monument, for trigger monument. So I can't give you what does not belong to me. It's either you took it. I hope I make sense. Because I want to understand when you say Nelson gave us, when you say he gave us the army. When he came into force, as the commander-in-chief, I think there was a transition of this South African National Defence Force, and they integrated with. So I want to understand when you say he gave us, what do you mean?
Let me not say gave us. I think it was a wrong word.
Okay.
We had.
Okay. So in other words, are you saying he availed these tools or these vehicles for us to change the country?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. But I won't go there to criticize my own great-grandfather. I won't go there, Chief. Yeah.
No. You are not criticizing. according to you, because I can state lots of examples where Mandela appears having weakened by what people are saying. Remember, I will represent people in my podcast. So let me give an example. When, of all the criticisms, the legacy of Grootgewaagd, that's what I'm saying, in his personal capacity, him as a leader, and in the struggle history, what do you think? Maybe that one is justified, even if you don't. But what histories do you think, when people criticize him, you think, okay, on this one, yes, he is fallible?
No, I don't think of anything. More especially when I'm told by people, because and then I ask the people, was your great grandmother ever arrested? He says no. Was your great grandmother ever thrown the stones in a helicopter? He says no, and then it's useless. Why should I debate with that person? Nelson was arrested for 27 years. He couldn't bury his own son and mother. And then you are coming to tell me that, and was given life in prison. You are coming to tell me that it's the revolution. Where was his mother or great-grandmother, that person?
Okay, so you in other words, you are putting it as, because Grootgewaagd endured so much hardships on our behalf, all errors of judgment and all other mistakes or faults on his part, we should consider forgiving him, and by extension you are meaning he's infallible, he's
forgiving him
fault.
for what? Forgiving him for what?
I'm saying if he is criticized for doing something wrong, people must forgive him because he has suffered for us. Because I want you to be
we
clear.
have women, we have children. Jesus Christ never, and we don't criticize Jesus Christ that we don't know, but we want to criticize a man that we've seen in our own eyes. Steve Bantu Biko had his own mistakes and shortcomings, and Nelson even agreed himself and said,
True.
I had my own shortcomings.
True.
You see, Cyril, did he ever do that? He never. Did ever who's this, make it do that? Who's this? He never. And other presidents never said, I have made a mistake here and here and there and there. So the struggle of what happened back then, if you are reading a book, you keep opening the last chapter that you've already read, it's going to be difficult for you to finish the book. Let's talk about today. What are we fighting for today? What is the struggle of our people today? How are we going forward? Because if you're going to always say, hey, chief, we're going to miss the... You see.
Okay, so no, I understand. So you are saying, let us look at the current. And when you say let us look at the current conditions, you are deliberately divorcing earlier judgment because they have paved the way. They gave us this democracy that we have. I'll give you an example. There were concessions that were made during CODESA 1 or 2. And remember, CODESA 1 or 2 followed after